Janice, are you there?
At your service, sir.
Give me some of that dating foolishness.
Will do, sir.
Because there's always going to be this backlash, and it's natural, so. And especially when it comes from faceless video channels, that's even worse because they hide behind everything, and that's not very good for someone's reputation.
Welcome to Management Highlights Daily. We don't do these back and forth videos because they're just a waste of time. Most women are triggered when they are criticized in our videos, but sometimes you run into some of the worst of them. And this is going to be one of those videos we use as a teaching moment. A while back, we had to cook Dr. Ramen noodles because just like this so-called dating coach right here, she resorted to shaming language in her response video.
Now, the implication of this upset man's video was that dating a single mother was too dramatic, which, by the way, is also a gaslighting tactic that a person that has any kind of emotional reaction or actual stress in their life is somehow drama. That's a way of shutting a person down, shaming them, and invalidating them. Not cool.
Shaming language is not a rebuttal to a factual argument. And it was really disappointing how effortlessly Dr. Ramen Noodles was dismantled in her arguments about dating single mothers. Hence, she earned her nickname because of the weakness of her arguments, which resembled limp noodles. Plus, she had a cat on her lap. You can't make this stuff up. The beautiful thing about this video is you guys exposed this so-called dating coach in her own comment section. Pure gold. So now it's time for us to get into this and do what we have to do. Because we men, ain't we? She.
So I went viral on a channel where men hate and obsess with women. And when I say I went viral, that video got about 45,000 views in 24 hours.
Lady, you did not go viral. Stop it. Yeah.
And I only found out this morning because yesterday I was getting lots of hateful comments in one of my videos where I talked about why you shouldn't feel guilty about rotational dating. And I was getting a lot of comments. I always reply, it's good for engagement. It's always good when you have haters because it promotes your videos. Like, that's how the algorithm works. YouTube actually thinks this men like my content, so they keep recommending them content like mine.
Alright fellas, let's dive into these so-called hateful comments. We all know trolls are a staple of any comment section, but there's more to it here. There are some genuinely thought-provoking comments from men in her comment section that can't just be brushed off as hateful. Janice, read in a male voice, please.
I actually agree with some of the points you're making. Trying to look at this from a female perspective, I can understand how you would think rotational dating would ultimately end up saving you time cause you're putting your eggs in multiple baskets to find which is optimal. The issue is that most men who have things going on in their life won't be willing to be part of a rotation, and the men that are willing to do this, for the most part, are not going to be the men you want. It's probably a losing battle you're fighting, but more power to you.
This was not a hateful comment, right? This is how she replies. I'm glad you see this from a woman's perspective, since this is a channel for women. Well, let's continue. You say that, but then don't mention looking at this situation from a male perspective, which is super important seeing as you need multiple men to subscribe to your rotational dating practice. Make it make sense. Now here she comes again. As I mentioned, this is a channel for women, babe. You could start a channel on the male perspective if you wish to. Oh my goodness. The irony is striking. She's clearly uninterested in acknowledging the male perspective, yet she suggests the commentator start his own channel for it. And now, when we have actually created a platform for that very male perspective, she somehow jumps to the conclusion that it's all about hating women. Talk about a head-spinning double standard. Let's do another one. Janice, read.
So, I don't think this logic tracks. If you're rotating between 3 to 4 men, what is the actual exit strategy? You can't get engaged to all of them at the same time, so once the first one proposes, you put on the ring. How are you supposed to explain that to the other 3? The best men have multiple options and they can play this rotation game longer than you, since their money and status isn't guaranteed to go down over time, and there is always a younger, prettier Becky for them to add to their own rotation. I think the biggest flaw in this is that men lie, and most women are just going to end up with a group of liars in their rotations who'll be happy enough to hit it and quit it as you rack up a huge body count, and if/when you get pregnant, you no longer have good options, just a bunch of shitty ones.
Look at her reply. I also wonder what type of men take the time to watch content for women, get mad about it, and then take extra time out of their day to leave an obviously triggered response. Where did this man get mad? Listen to this. I'm curious why you are reading anger in this comment. YouTube isn't just for women, and if you honestly believe what you say, you should be able to have an honest discussion and explain your reasoning when questioned. Seems to me the way you respond is your way of avoiding actually engaging in discussion and defending your claims. All right, here it comes. You're 100% right. I don't engage in discussion. I do appreciate you engaging with my channel, though. There are 100+ videos in my channel you can binge watch. Disclaimer, my main audience is women. The foolishness. You're setting your audience up for failure. This is a great opportunity to show your audience how to deal with men who have a different perspective than yours. However, you don't take their comments seriously and brush them off as hateful when they are clearly not. And she continues this foolishness in her response video.
So you are aware, ladies, men like this mostly exist on the internet. Because functional men are out and about, thriving, and not obsessing over women they are not even dating.
Nobody is obsessing with you, girl. Don't flatter yourself. And after seeing you in action, men know they have to run! Get to the chopper! If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. Like I always say, in order to protect yourself, you need to know who or what to protect yourself from. So yes, take your time to study these women. And yes, her channel is exactly for men. Here's another one. Check this out.
I think that people these days think that dating means sleeping around. And on the contrary, dating is going out on dates and being intentional about who you meet.
Do you really think that not sleeping with your dates does not negatively affect men and women? Like I always say, women always tell on themselves. Check this out.
But yeah, ladies, what no one tells you about online dating is that you are actually going to like this man. And if you are not strong enough and you are not in line with the purpose, you're going to end up without a rotation. That's what happened to me last year. That I started dating like several men and everything was okay, but then I liked one and I just dropped the other ones. And that's not good for your energy, and that's not advisable. It doesn't work. So just bear in mind that, because everything is so fun when you say, oh, rotational dating, like you go on dates with a bunch of these guys, it's so fun. But what no one tells you is that you're going to like them. And as I said in another video, most likely you're going to have chemistry with all of them. So it's like, oh, you could be my boyfriend, you could be my boyfriend, you could be my boyfriend, but we are not looking for boyfriends. So yeah, keep that in mind.
Ow! This is pure gold! How much proof do you need? This is exactly why you have no rebuttal to genuinely thought-provoking comments. You resort to shaming language, you're a walking red flag, and nowhere on this God-green earth you should be giving dating advice. We're not looking for boyfriends. Yet, you have no issue exploiting these men for their time, money, and energy. Interesting perspective. The foolishness.
But still, I was amazed by how resentful men can be when they don't focus their energy on producing, providing, protecting people. Because if these men were doing these things, they would not have the time to be hating on women and trying to bully them online.
Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.